Hello, how are you? I hope everyone is doing well and enjoying the very nice weather that we've been having lately. So we're just going to get right on into things today. This week we're going to talk a little bit about rejection and kind of discussing a little bit about what happens when we don't get what we want. So in life, we work really hard to go for things, to maybe step out of our comfort zone and go for the things that we want. Maybe it's a big thing, or it could even be just something very little and simple. And as we do that, sometimes we don't always get what we want. When we don't get what we want, that's a word for that is called rejection. So today we're going to talk about rejection, what happens when we get it, and how to kind of handle that. So big or small, rejection affects us. It doesn't have to be about, big stuff in life, like maybe not getting to go on a dream vacation, or not getting to move to a new town that you wanted to always live in, or not making a team, or not going to a special dance like a prom or a ball or something like that. Everyday situations that we are in can lead to feelings of rejection as well. Maybe you heard a really funny joke and you want to share that joke and nobody laughed at it. Maybe you wanted to make sure that when you came to lunch, your friend was going to save you a spot and they didn't. They forgot. Maybe there's somebody that you want to talk to and they don't want to talk to you. Those feelings that we get of not getting what we want, or those feelings of rejection, makes us not feel very good. It makes us feel bad at times, and we need to kind of stop and take some time to think that, and remember, I guess, that just because we didn't get what we wanted, or we had that feeling of rejection, doesn't mean that we are someone that isn't liked, we aren't somebody that isn't valued, or we are somebody that is not important. We are very important. We are still valued, and we are still very liked. It just simply means that at that one time, or in that situation, things just didn't work out the way that we had hoped, or the way that we had wanted them to. So, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Rejection does hurt. It makes us feel hurt, upset, maybe angry, maybe a little confused. Maybe we don't understand why we are having that response of feeling rejected or being rejected. But even though that rejection hurts, we can think about how we can react to that in a different way. We want to make sure that we are still going for things and still reaching out for the things that we want in life, even though maybe we're afraid of getting rejected, because no matter what, you can't avoid rejection. You don't always get what you want. But there are ways that we can help ourselves to learn how to maybe cope with that rejection, so we're not getting those feelings of feeling not important, not liked, or not valued. So the way that we can kind of work with that is we can get better at dealing with that rejection. Then it's going to affect us less. And it affecting us less, we're not going to have those feelings, maybe we're not going to have those behaviors, and it's going to help us to build that ability to cope with things. So here are some ideas that I found to help us kind of deal with rejection. One of the first ones is being honest. So maybe you had a really funny joke and you wanted to share it with somebody, and the person you shared it with didn't laugh. Okay, well, now you're feeling rejected. You're feeling a little hurt. Be honest about those feelings. But when we're honest about how those feelings, we want to tell them, the other person, how we feel and how we think, but we need to do it in a positive way. If we're feeling upset, we can tell them we're feeling upset, but we shouldn't be yelling at the person that we're talking to. We need to take our time, remain calm, and be able to be honest with how those feelings are affecting us. So, don't try to just brush it off and pretend that it didn't happen, but stop and think to yourself, why am I feeling this way? So why am I feeling like I was rejected? Or why did they not laugh? Maybe I thought about it this way and I didn't tell it the right way. Maybe they don't think that it's the same way. We just need to take time to be honest and notice our feelings. And sometimes we need to take that time to notice how intense our feelings are. Because if our rejection upset us just a little bit, okay, that makes sense. But what if that rejection upsets you a lot? What if it makes you cry? What if it makes you want to release other emotions? Maybe where you're feeling really angry, very mad. Other emotions can come along with that. So we need to really make sure that we take our time, we stop and think about what our feelings are, how intense they are, and being honest with ourselves with them. So, if you are feeling really disappointed that you didn't get chosen for maybe you were playing a game and you didn't get chosen to be somebody's partner. And you wanted it so badly, and you tried so hard to make sure that you were partnered up with a certain person, it didn't happen. Now you feel left out because maybe another one of your friends got to be with the partner you wanted to be with, and you didn't. So thinking about how your emotions are being affected, how intense those emotions are that you are feeling are, we need to always remember you're still valued, still liked, and still important. So how can we kind of cope through those? Again, taking that time to be reassured that someone is understanding what you're feeling, not by yelling at them or telling them different things loudly or in a rude way or by using not nice words or anything like that, but simply stating how honest you are about the intensity of your feelings. And then this also helps you to maybe understand what you're feeling and puts your feelings into words. Another thing that we need to really remember as we're being honest and as we're feeling those feelings is that we try to stay positive. I know that's something that I talk about a lot. You hear a lot, maybe from staff, from your family, from your parents. It's something that is very important for us when we're trying to cope with different things, our emotions, our feelings, and it's very helpful in how we react to different situations. So when you're dealing with a painful emotion or something that upsets you like rejection, it's easy to get caught up in bad feelings. But we have to keep positive and stay positive, because as we dwell on the negative stuff, then you feel like you're living through that situation over and over and over. And it doesn't help you because it keeps you hurting, and it makes it harder for you to get past that. So if you can really take the time to keep your feelings positive and your thoughts positive, you're not going to get lost in your head and thinking over and over that you're not important or not liked or not valued. By keeping it positive, you can remember that you are liked, you are important, and you are valued, even though you are feeling upset about that rejection. As you continue to dwell on those negative feelings and not the positive feelings, it's not going to help that hurt to go away. So admit when you're feeling those feelings of rejection, but remember to not sit and dwell on the negative thoughts. I want you to kind of think about those thoughts when you're feeling that rejection and when you're feeling upset and frustrated. Now, if you are explaining how you're feeling to yourself, you're going to be a little bit harder on yourself. You're going to tell yourselves a lot more negative things about yourself. Things like, I didn't get this because I'm a loser. They won't talk to me because they're not my friend. Or they don't want to be around me because they think I'm boring. When simply those are not the facts. Those are just things that you are currently feeling at that time. But they are not facts. You are trying to create or trying to imagine a reason why that situation has happened. So when we're thinking about a positive thing, maybe we're not with that partner because they don't want to work with somebody else. Maybe they had already told somebody else that they would be with them. It's not because you're a loser, or it's not because nobody likes you. There was something simple that happened previously to that. When we talk about those things to ourselves and how we try to find that reason. We're kind of self-blaming ourselves and putting ourselves down when we can easily exaggerate or make false thoughts, make false accusations or false things that are not true come into our head, and then we start to believe them. So we need to make sure we can get past the bad feelings and keep the good feelings. And that's kind of moving into the next part of keeping things into perspective. So even though this time I didn't get what I wanted, and it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, maybe next time it'll be better. Maybe next time they'll say yes. Or maybe next time I will get what I completely wanted. We don't want to give up on giving things a try. We don't want to give up on working hard for different things that we want or asking for those things that we want if we're afraid that someone's going to say no or afraid that someone's going to ignore us. Maybe this time I didn't get what I wanted, or I didn't get the response that I wanted, the reaction I wanted. Next time I might. We're keeping those things in that perspective to move forward and to keep trying and working at things. So in working at that perspective and working on those positive thoughts, there's some things that you need to keep doing. You need to continue to think about all those things that you're good at. What you're good at, what's good about you. Don't let the negative thoughts come in first. Remember the times that you accepted somebody, that you made the cut, when you were told yes, when everything went the way that you wanted it to. And make sure you always give yourself credit for trying. Maybe you got a no instead of the yes, but give yourself credit. You took a risk. That's good. That's good for you. That's good for our growth in becoming a better us, a better you. So make sure that you give yourself credit and don't think about it as being turned down. Think about it as, okay, this time I got this answer. Maybe next time this will happen. Give it another opportunity. Give it another try. So lastly, I want to kind of leave you with this. Use rejection or not getting what you want to your advantage. Sometimes when we don't get what we want, it gives us an opportunity to look at things that we can work on. Maybe when I don't get my way or I have been rejected, I get very angry. I get very upset. Maybe I yell. So maybe it's time now where I can think about how I can change that reaction. Whether there's room for me to improve on my behaviors, on my response, or on how I'm going to try to stay positive. We're always working to continue to grow and to help our coping skills, and this is a great way to do that. Maybe my skills just weren't very strong enough at that time, and I can help myself to be a little bit stronger for the next situation, or the next time that I want to take that chance, the next time that I'm going to work hard to get that acceptance that I was looking for, or to get what I wanted. You can always take opportunities for self-improvement. You can always take an opportunity to help yourself to grow or to make a change. We don't want you to think about rejection as being like this harsh thing that comes down. It's little things in life that maybe we just didn't get. Even if there's like a task that you wanted to get completed during the day, and maybe it wasn't able to happen. And then you start to blame yourself. Well, if you would have done this, or this, you could have gotten that done. That's not always the case. Maybe things were stopping you or getting in the way of getting this, or this done. But maybe next time, next week, the next time you're in that situation, you'll be able to plan ahead because of what has already happened. It's making that change, seeing what has already happened, and still moving forward. Not everything turns out to be perfect. Not everything turns out exactly the way that we want it all the time. So, there's really great things that are out there. There's really great things for you to try. And no matter if you have been rejected or if you didn't get what you want, stop and always remember, you are liked, you are important, and you are always valued. I can't wait to talk to you guys more about this as the week goes on. I hope you have a great day, enjoy the weather, and I'll see you soon. Bye.